Greetings, welcome everyone. Throwback ThaiVedic live. So today, here with me, and my brother Tess joining us. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for being here with us.
My pleasure.
Pleasure. So Tess is quite a character, as you probably realize by now. Tess is a Mongolian shaman, and tell us a little bit about the tradition that you follow. What does it mean? What does it mean to be a Mongolian shaman? What does that entail?
I come from West Mongolia, Tatar Mongol. My first title is not shaman. Shaman comes something from nature, our ancestors' way of life, connection with nature, with sound, with tingirism. Shamanism or tingirism, Bo in Mongolia, or Central Asia in general, was actually belief. It's not organized religion. It's a belief in the spirits of everything having a spirit.
So it's very animistic in its nature, right?
Animistic, yes. It's we don't have a temple, we don't have a book to remember, a song to sing.
Nature is the temple, nature is the book.
Exactly, nature is the book. Connection with the eagles, with the animals feeding you, earth. So we have respect for, reverence for all the animals we have surround us, and they are our teachers. So in a sense of shaman, that Western people have an idea of using ayahuasca, connecting with the spirits, or people who want to evolve to another dimension. We experience it because we have lack of vegetation. We don't have so many trees, but we have other things. We have our sounds. We use our inside sounds, that what we have within, to reach higher levels of connection with enlightenment, or ancestors. They call it ancestor worship. We believe that ancestors guide us, as we carry their DNA in our blood. We carry many information that guide us, and also we have trust in nature.
So what is the name is there a name for the tradition that you follow?
It's called tingirism. Tingir.
So in that tradition, if I understood you right, you use sound as a way to connect with your ancestors, to connect with that lineage of knowledge, to connect with your origins, to connect with yourself, to connect with nature, with your surroundings. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. We use elements such as fire. Normally, if there is a river, water, and earth, and the ether is where we send our vibration. Tingir means actually, we have a Mongolian mantra. It says, "Mülkök tingir te morluyor." I bow with respect under the eternal blue skies. So the blue skies is not like a male or female. It's an energy managing entity. So everything is connected with energy and vibration. So our voice is a vibration. And second part of the mantra, which we use to start, because our singing has sometimes no words. It's just come from very
just vibration, the sound.
Yeah, there is no meaning. So the second one is Tinhi morluyor. I bow with respect to Mother Nature. Altın narında morluyor. I bow with respect to the sun, because everything we have on this earth is borrowed from the sun. If you're eating fruit or vegetable, it uses the sun as energy to give you this. So even when you're burning wood, it's a stored energy from the sun. So we reincarnated as another way of heat instead of the fiber or the leaves. So everything around us is gift from the sun.
Nice, nice.
And also, and then we say another tilki mor oluyor. Altın.
I need to speak a little bit louder.
Yeah. Altın narında mor oluyor. And then öğüt deiste mor oluyor. So because our ancestor, I bow with respect to my ancestors, because if it was not for my ancestors to meet at the right time, at the right location, when the egg is ovulating, and when there is the good energy between our ancestors, and the egg was ready to be penetrated with fertilized, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be lucky. It's the odds of you not being here actually much higher than you being here. So we are bowing with respect for our ancestors to avoid sickness, famine, hunger, war, and all this. And you are a gift on this earth that you made it so far. That's the miracle.
Amazing. So it's really beautiful to hear this, and to hear this from a tradition that, quite honestly, I don't know so much about. But yet the words that you just shared with us and these beliefs and concepts are so close to the ones that I follow from the tradition that I've been studying with. Follow the tradition of Buddha Dharma, within traditional Thai medicine. And very similar to how you expressed, we use sound as a way to connect with the element of space or ether, or it's through the element of space that sound vibration travels through. Space is the playground where all the other elements act, namely wind, fire, water, earth. And it's through the element of space that basically transcends time and space, that we are able, through our sound, through our voice, through our mantras, our chanting, our vibration, to establish a connection with the tradition, the lineage, the teachers, regardless if the teacher is on the other side of the planet or if the teacher was alive 100 or 1,000 years ago. It doesn't matter. It's through that element of space that we manage to transcend the limitations of the time-space continuum and able to connect and establish a relationship with this timeless wisdom of our ancestors. So it's amazing how two different traditions are speaking the same thing with slightly different languages, a slightly different flavor, color, but at the very essence of it, the fundamental aspect seems to be very much the same.
But yes, it's true in one way, but there is also difference, because Mongolian traditional Tigrism, or it's not very organized. It's not organized at all, and it's you can go to the nature, and nature is your temple. You have respect for the tree. So when we go, even to burn wood from the tree, we look for the trees that are already fallen or already decomposing.
So you don't sacrifice the tree.
Yes, we pick up the one already given. The nature already give us so many things but we. Other traditions, they just chop the perfectly fine tree or make a Christmas tree. That tree could have grown long and big, but for short time decoration, we use a tree to put some decorations on it, and this tree could have grown and became. So we are in deeper thinking also, not to say that other traditions not deeper. And also we don't use a lot of mantra. We don't have a book. We use our own sound, because we believe if you think too much about the mantra, the word, your mind working too much.
So you focus more on the vibration of the word rather than the meaning of the word itself.
Exactly. No. But I learned even in Buddha tradition, in Hinduism also, monk tells the new apprentice, He said, forget about the word, just repeat it, and it doesn't make sense after a while, because you know, if you say body, the word body lose the meaning, and it becomes like body. So it's a vibration. But we don't even do that. We just go.
I don't know if you can see it over there. I got goosebumps all over.
That's very interesting. A lot of people, they don't know that the name Dalai Lama, it's come from Mongolia.
Yeah?
Yes, and a lot of even high monks, they don't know, because when in the 16th century, when Mongolian Khan wanted to accept Buddhism as the main religion of Mongolia, he invited the Lama from Tibet, and they came to Mongolia, and they heard the throat singing, the Tibetan monks. They said, oh, this is very interesting sound. How you make this sound? It's, look, my hair is standing up, I have goosebumps. We want to learn this. We want to take this and use it in our chanting, in our mantra. So Mongolians, of course, with their hospitality, they invited them to the countryside, gave them some arik or hummus in the tents, and they taught them, and then the Khan gave the title of Dalai to the Lama. Dalai means ocean in Mongolian. So the name means all-encompassing spiritual leader, because in Mongolian tradition or Central Asian tradition, we believe that oceans surround everything.
Beautiful. So, how did you get into this? How did you go out into the nature and got your teachings from nature? Did you actually have someone that initiated you into this practice? Where did you learn this throat singing and a lot of the things that now you practice and share with people all around the world?
Yes, I am. My name is Ulaach. Ulaachtiran. Mongolian Ulaach name means messenger or translator of the message of spirits. So I continue my ancestor tradition by traveling not only in Central Asia, I travel around the world. My mother's side come from a shamanic lineage or Bo lineage. And of course I traveled Mongolia on a horseback, thousands and thousands of kilometers. So when you're in nature alone, you have only you, and you don't know if you should go behind this mountain or you should follow this river, or how is the weather gonna be. So with the using, for example, drum, I have a shamanic drum there, I will show it in a little bit. We go around the fire and a drum, boom, 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 boom. So the shaman cover his face and with some mask and repeatedly drum a rhythm, and then he goes into trance state. And during the trance state, he gets some information, like when should you travel, or link up with the ancestors, and maybe somebody wants some information about their ancestor, so they can connect. And it's usually the shaman doesn't remember afterwards what happened, because he's in a trance state. Yeah. So usually there is another person next to him called Ulaach. Ulaach is he understands the language. It's sometimes ancient language, old language, and he translates to the people what the shaman got the messages, what's the meaning of the messages. So my name is Ulaach. It was my given name, and it used to be popular in the old days, but because of the socialist system, there was a lot of atrocities against shamanism from the coming from Soviet times. So many shamans disappeared, actually, went to the mountains. Many got killed, and shamans were against shamans, so there were dark shamans, light shamans. So there was like a kind of spiritual war between shamanism. And it became diluted. Now became every other guy who, they even have now certificates, go to a course and become a shaman. But shamanism is not like this. Shamanism, it comes from within, inside.
That is happening not just in your tradition, it's happening everywhere around the world.
Yes, yeah, I hear like
the dilution and corruption of traditional knowledge.
Yes, and they use it for self gain, for narcissist behavior, to either take money or do something bad to some other people. Or
it's interesting. I had this conversation just very recently with a friend. We were talking about how different is the modern understanding of knowledge and the role of the teacher. How different that is from what it was in the past, in more traditional times, where the role of the teacher was something that was taken very seriously. In Buddhism, there's a saying that when for a teacher to to take on a student, that is the equivalent of taking on the karma of killing 1,000 cows. So the responsibility of taking on a student was something that was really serious.
Yes.
And the role of the teacher was not so much spreading the knowledge, was very much protecting, preserving the knowledge.
Exactly.
So they wouldn't share the knowledge just with anyone.
Yeah, because I see some people come to Mongolia as soon as they arrive, because shamanism is in the, now it's like a hot thing, everybody revolting on the old understandings and all the belief. They want to go back to the origin. So as soon as they arrive in the airport, they go, are you shaman? In Mongolia, are you shaman? Take me shaman. And like shaman normally, not like people who come and I want it, they get very ticked off. They come on, even if he was a shaman, he would not say this. It's not his title. It's not something, a badge he wear, that I am a professional shaman making money from this. It's not a money making avenue. So I tell tourists that come there, my friends, this is very disrespectful. A shaman, you don't look for shaman. Shaman come to you. You have to first do the requirements to meet. What is requirement? First, go to the mountain. Go where they always go, to powerful mountain. Sit there for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Burn fire. Sustain yourself from the nature first. Make chanting, the chanting you know. Connect with the horses, connect with the animals around. Soon enough, a shaman will notice you somewhere in the mountain you will not see. He will come to you and say, what are you doing here? And then you will feel your vibration if you come here to learn. And it's like when I was learning yoga, when I'm traveling India, I did not learn from school. I went to sadhu and the guy was doing very nice unbelievable moves, positions, very early in the morning, and I say to him, I want to learn yoga. He said, if you want to learn yoga, you must come early before sunrise and waiting here, but not talking to me. Do not talk to me. So I show the will and wake up before the sun, and I go to the temple, and the guy not talk to me. He's already doing meditation, and I only observe him, and he wouldn't talk to me for 1 day, 2 days. After finish, he just go, and after maybe 1 week, 10 days, he's like, oh, I notice you coming here every morning. I don't talk to you, but I feel you. And you're doing good. And then we develop some friendship. And continue coming 1 month, 2 months. And then he start little bit giving me advice. But all this time I'm only watching him.
Spending time with the teacher is one of the most fundamental
I
things.
did not
Watching
pay
the teacher.
nothing, not $1. He would not accept $1 from me. He only, I bring some beans, or sometimes I bring fruits. I bring something from the market and give offering, donation, and he is very happy. When you offer him money, he's like, I don't need your money. Why you think I need the money? What I will buy with this?
Obviously, this conversation could go into so many ways because there's so much that we could talk about. But the topic of a conversation is the power of sound.
Yes.
Because amongst many things that I know that you use in your practice, sound is a big one. the sound that you
Sound
can
is the main
create with your own body, your own instrument, but then you also use other instruments as vehicles to create sound, vibration, and to harmonize. Not just you, I've seen you using that in applied sessions where you're actually helping other people. So, according to you and your practice and your understanding and your experience, what is the power of sound?
Sound with intention is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is sound. Even in all tradition, there was a sound, and then everything started.
Isn't that how the Bible starts?
Yes, yeah, there was a
It's
sound.
like there's a few versions, but one that I remember is, in the beginning was sound, and the sound was
Yeah.
Om. Probably
Om.
not very.
So the thing
That's
started
not what it
with
says in the
sound.
Bible, but.
And then was built heaven and earth, and then there was light. So the heaven and earth was built in the dark. I don't know how, but it was made completely in the dark, according to the Bible. But the sound is everything. All your cells respond to sound, to frequencies, resonance. There must be a resonance for your to frequency to travel very deep. So if I put intention in my mind of healing, for example, I have a toothache, and I'm sitting meditating. Instead of like breathing normally, I make sound with it. So I go, I take a deep breath and I expand. So I go. Very soft sound, come from very deep, and I am intentionally directing the energy to the toothache where I have, and the vibration after you do it like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you start, the pain is gone. And we can, it's science already proven this, that water molecules are affected with the sound vibration.
And the molecular structure of the water rearranges itself.
Rearrange, it becomes mandala. So if you have energy, power with together with the intention, you can make this water poisonous, or you can make it fulfilling and healing. Somebody cook food and give good energy to the food. You, even if there is not much ingredients, you say, "Oh, it's great. I feel full, like I ate so much food." You ate a little bit, but sometimes if the water given to you.
That's part of my practice every morning.
Ah.
Water, turmeric, sampoi,
Nice.
which
Yeah,
is
I
a
do
root,
same.
you know,
Yeah,
and every
yeah.
morning chant into the water, draw symbols in the water, and this is how I use then after a session to cleanse my hands, to cleanse the house. And
Nice. That's how it's done. You
Yeah.
give intention to the water, the molecule, because water in our tradition is not liquid; it's alive. It's live. The river is taking life and it's going around rocks, taking energy from the rocks, and the sound is that given to the water. It changes the molecules. Not same like the water going through the pipes and making sharp turns. It's just going naturally. When you drink that water, it's really, really healing. And through the vibration, like somebody, I do sound healing wherever I go. So there is different ways of making sound. Overtones, they call it overtones. In Mongolia we call it humi. We have hechra, many styles of sound making. So there is deep low sounds and there are high sounds. Traditional sound they make overtone is like, is a demonstration. This traditional overtone, which you can learn very easily with practice of breathing. And there's also humi, which goes more like more deeper inside. After a while, when you do this, you feel already vibration rising.
I don't know about you back home if you can feel these. How does the sound translate on that side? But just sitting here next to you, and my next question was going to be, how do you use that same technique, for example, to manage tooth pain in relation to another person? I no longer need to ask that question because just by sitting next to you and just feeling this demonstration, it's so tangible. It's like the vibration, in a way, the sound is coming from you, but it's like it awakens a vibration in this body. Like I said, the water in my body starts to respond to the sound that you make and start to, I don't know if they're harmonizing, equalizing, I don't know what the technicalities, but it's so tangible. It's just so palpable, very interesting.
I have many instances where I see one lady coming to a temple in Ertezul in Karakorum, and the lady was limping, and I don't know, for some reason, she was very nice smile. She had a very nice smile. So I go down to my knees and I touch her knee, and I make sound. But in my sound, what I'm making, I am imagining the vibration going inside her knee, inside the blood vessels, inside the tendons, and they're opening up and rejuvenating and filling up with all the good energy. And then I left, and the lady stood up. The lady was limping a few minutes ago. She started walking the steps, no limping.
Amazing.
She returned back and went to her bag and opened up. She would want to give me some money. I said, no, I don't do for money. This is not about the money. I wanted to give my pure vibration to you so you can enjoy this temple, the old temple in Karakorum, Erdenezu. I recommend very much to visit. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it's worth going. So sounds is, I try, experiment with sounds, all my travels. I've been free traveling for continuous now 7 years, but before that I continued travel from very young age, 16 years old. So during my travel I test the sounds here in India, in Nepal, with the bowls, with the singing bowls, combination with the singing bowls. Different styles and the resonance. People feel the mantra even when I do like mantra, Indian mantra, Om Trayam Bakam, with the deep throat. They like the whole temple is vibrating, and people from outside can feel. And even I don't claim to be a monk or a spiritual leader or a holy man. All the monks there bowing with the power. They say, "Oh, this is touch us so strong. How you do this?" Everybody can do. You don't need no medicine from outside. You don't need nothing from external. Everything you have, you need is you have already. It's within you. But nobody taught you how to use the tongue. Nobody how to use the air, breathing. Nobody taught you how to, the front of the tongue. We always talk from the front, but we're not talking from the back. The back of the tongue is calcified, became like a stone, because we have no need to use it, because we're always lazy to talk. We're like and even singing, it's not deep singing.
So everybody can learn.
Yes, everybody. With practice, you can learn.
And this is something that I know you've been hosting some circles here and doing some private trainings, one-on-one. That's something that you prefer.
Yeah, I prefer one-on-one.
Yeah, and I know that of course you traditionalist to a sense, but we're living in a very modern world. Is this something that it's possible to do online? Can someone that, for example, is watching us now and is on the other side of the globe, is it possible to do some sort of a lesson with you online? Would the sound carry through that
I tried.
vehicle? Have you tried?
I have tried because of since COVID-19, some of the students couldn't, or I don't call them students, they knowledge seekers, and I want to share my ancestral knowledge, but I have respect for my ancestors. I don't want to, like you said, you have to earn to learn this knowledge. You really want to learn. How you use it also very important.
Yeah.
Some people could learn it, their intention, like there's some Tantra teachers want to learn for purposes of not very holy purposes or not very self enlightenment purposes. So for me it's important also to feel the energy of the person who's learning. I am not one to make one size fits all for everybody. And even person who want to learn, if they have the wrong intentions, they cannot learn high level because their intention is different. So I tried on the internet with Zoom. Of course, it's not the same like when you're sitting next to me. But techniques, you can learn the techniques. And some teachers teaching on the internet, but not every Kumi singer is a good teacher. It's a combination of many things. It's about breathing, pranama. It's about meditation. It's also about knowledge of the physiology of your body, how it is working, how is the sound coming, how you control even small, the tongue inside, the back when you go. So there is something I'm controlling that normally you're not familiar with because nobody ever taught you to make that move. And there is something in between, like using two different technique with the breath and blocking the nose. There are many variables that come together.
There's many layers. It's amazing. I love hearing you say this because, again, it's a completely different modality from what I'm familiar with, and yet I relate so deeply with that. Working with the body, body work, ThaiVedic, COVID times, forced to move a little bit more online, trying to use this platform as a way to share this practice, because this is the circumstances, and we try to adapt to the circumstances, and yet such a fundamental difference to be in person where you can go beyond the technique. Because learning, I guess you can. I've read articles about Tuvian throat singing where they dissect the technique.
Yes.
But where's the substance? Where's the I usually say, a yoga teacher of mine used to say, the magic of yoga lies in the things that you cannot see. Exactly. Everybody can see the asana, the posture, but the magic of the yoga is not in what you can see, is what's inside the asana, what is the container holding, exactly. And that's the mudras, the mantras, the bandhas, the dishtri, the focus, and the same with body work. You can see a technique, but again, the magic of it is in the layers. Where's the focus of the practitioner? What is the intention? What is the elemental quality that you pour into that technique? What understanding the anatomy, physiology, but also the emotional mindset that person walked into the mat and brought it with them. Exactly. There's so many different layers that go beyond technique.
And sometimes some things you cannot teach. You have to discover yourself.
To be experienced.
Because everybody, mouth shape is different, the vocal cords. So once you reach another level, you start saying, okay, now I understand. When this come at this time and I block my nose and I push from my stomach and I shut off the mind, I need to shut off the mind completely so I'm not thinking. You're not looking for the sound. You're looking for the feeling, and the sound come after. Now, because brother here invited me, Sebastian invited me here to demonstrate some, but this is not the highest level I do, because now I'm feeling like I have to perform in front of people. But if I'm alone in the nature, and I'm sitting and all the atmosphere is cooperating with me, the energy and the fire and the river, and I let go of showing off or try to impress somebody, then the sound come even more strong, more powerful, that I cannot repeat on command. I cannot, somebody say, oh, do that sound again. Not, there are many elements gotta come together at the same time.
And that's very humbling, isn't it?
Yes.
That keeps us as practitioners very humble when it's not a skill set that we can exhibit and perform in order to impress people, but actually when we realize that it's when we get out of the way and when we allow sound, healing, whatever it is that moves through us,
Yes.
that the real power, the real magic takes place.
Exactly.
And you cannot take credit for that. You cannot say, I did this healing for you. It's really, and most practitioners that I've met in my journey that I feel them to be extremely genuine, people that have reached a certain level of mastery in what they do. These are not people that ever claim credit for sometimes the miracles that I see them perform. They really see themselves as just a sort of a vehicle,
Exactly.
a conductor for something that is beyond them. And this is something that in the modern world we're really losing, because more and more there is this strong identification with me and my skills and my capacities and my power, which is important. We need to develop a certain capacity and a certain level of skill, and yet
practice,
and yet to really understand the humbleness that we are just a speck of this.
Like sometimes they invite me to do singing in like performance on stage. I sit down in a meditation position and I shut off mind and I'm looking for the feeling, for the sound, and I listen to other sound and I catch. But once I let go of the place, then the sound really comes strong. Mm-hmm. It's another training to be able to transform yourself from the physical outside to the non-material. And when you're doing this also, after I finish, for example, the sound making, people not understand that I am in another dimension, and then they come to me, they say, hey, I wanna, it's like, I have a, like...
you got out of the way.
like I am not here, you know, you gotta give me some time to go back to myself, because I'm another place. But many people not understand. They come, hey, excuse me, do you have light, or do you have paper or something?
Business card.
Business card. And I'm like, hold on.
Let me just take this moment here to invite people that are watching us. If you have any question, as we're approaching the end of this live, if you have any question that you have for Taz, anything that you would like to throw at us, please do so. Let me just read through the messages. Liz, so powerful to be listening to your voice vibration. When you speak, I feel so connected to my ancestry. Thank you for being such a powerful presence. It's felt in my heart all the way in Australia.
Thank you, Australia. Thank you. I play also the didgeridoo since Australia, and I make throat singing through the didgeridoo. It's another sound, different sound.
Kunza Tai says, I don't have to go to my cranial circle class. When they talk is very interesting. I hope to meet you in person one day. Hugs and the best. Hugs and the best to you too. What else we got here? Barbara, the same over here. Probably in relation to feeling your vibration in your presence. What else? Yeliz again, equally tangible here, brother. Okay, so it's not felt just by me sitting next to you all the way in Australia. Amazing.
Nice.
Great. Okay, at any point, if you guys have questions or anything that you'd like to to say?
Yeah,
So-
maybe at the end I have also hilkhor. This is a Mongolian instrument, Central Asian. Maybe I can make a little bit of vibration. They can feel.
Let's go for it.
This is very small instrument. I carry everywhere I go. Sometimes in the airport they stop me. They say, "What is this? Is it knife or is it?" I said, "No, it's vibration." And say, "Show us, play." So I play this, and then all the tarmac start, dancing. Some of them are enjoying, and you make a very fast connection through vibration. So it's a hilkhor. They call it in English mouth harp.
Thank you. Wow. Lost part of the direct. Where can we find it from the beginning, and where can we follow Taz, please? Thank you for sharing. Cool. So Taz is tagged on the post, and this video is going to be stored on the Instagram TV of ThaiVedic, so you can watch it at any time. So please do follow this man and see where he's at in the world, and if you have the chance to sit next to him and experience this firsthand, I strongly recommend. Luan the Luz, thank you. Click 34, that was great, thank you. Yeah.
Yes,
Beautiful.
I just want to add one thing before maybe closing.
Sure.
Everything you need for feeling less stress, feeling peaceful, or if you have an ailment, you have the medicine within. You don't need anything from outside. With your own vibration, with your own intention, you can make all your rib cage vibrate. You can make all your spine vibrate. This throat chakra, the electromagnetic chakra, that's mostly blocked because of our conditioning, because of we cannot express, communicate. There are many things that words not enough. They always teach us, if you don't have a word for it, you cannot think it. It is not true. There are many things that there is no word to exactly pinpoint the feeling. All you have is the throat vibration, the vibrations I do. And many people ask me, this sounds sometimes scary, but I love it. Why I love it? It's very different. I never heard before. I say you don't love it. Your DNA love it because this is your ancestral language. This is the real language. Our ancestors, before they invented these words, these languages that we speak, German, Italian, Mongolian, Russian, there was universal language that even animals, birds, trees, water, rocks can understand. But we came up with these languages that is limiting us actually, because language is now used as a fine print in contract with deceiving, lying, cheating, saying something that is not true, using some fancy words to build up yourself more educated or from the hood or whatever. It's all pretending. The real sound, the real strong sound, the true, the pure, the raw, is come from here, from the gut, with your vibration, without thinking. Shut off the engine, throw the key. It's all come from very deep. That's the power of Mongolian throat singing, the vibration you have within. Every one of you have. You just need to spend a little bit more time to discover this secret hidden instrument you have that you never even touch. You don't know how to tune. It's here with you, everywhere you carry it. Your tone, your vibration say everything about you. That's the magic that science cannot explain until now. Your tone, when you talk to a child, even if you say nice thing, with your tone, you know that you really don't mean it. They know. Children, animals feel much more than us because we are already conditioned, we are already programmed. We gotta unprogram, we gotta unlearn many things. And we don't need nothing from outside. All you need, you have. Nobody else. Unique. Your throat is, your tone, your sound is like fingerprint, your retina. Not even your twin brother have exactly the same. Cannot.
Thank you for the message, brother. Let me just read. Yeliz, so inspiring to feel your heart. Thank you deeply, great teacher. I can't wait to see how the nature here will allow me to sing. Your words and actions are a great reminder to the wisdom within us all. Blessings on you both and your ability to deepen connection in these circumstances. Thank you, Yeliz. Yeliz is a great. She's in Australia, and she's quite a strong pillar in our ThaiVedic community.
Sounds like she have connection with Central Asia.
She definitely spent time in Asia. So thank you. Thank you very much, guys, for watching and joining us, making the time to share, to connect, to listen.
Thank you, Bashla.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for this honor. It's a pleasure to have you here, sharing.
To share.
Hopefully to be continued.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. If you want to hear more, we will make more.
Yes. So do follow. If you don't follow our ThaiVedic page, please follow us. Every Thursday we do a live, different topics, different guests, different ways of connecting with each other. Follow Tess. He has an Instagram page.
Tez Ulaach 13.
I make sure I'll tag you and I'll make that accessible.
Tez Ulaach 13.
On our ThaiVedic page, you can easily find a link to our website and a link to the online course where a lot of the things that we discussed here are presented in a different way, working with the elements. We have a chapter where we do use sound, vibration, and mantra for our Waiku, our way of connecting with our teachers, with our lineage, with our tradition. So do have a look, stay tuned. Send us your thoughts, feedback, topics that you'd like us to discuss in the future. We are very open. Let me just read one more. Sitaram, you are amazing, guys. This is awesome. Massive thanks. Really also to Sebastian for the amazing guests every time. Wish we can meet soon. Love and light from Italy. Thank you. Grazie. And nas bocas do mundo, we should repeat this one. Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, for closing, maybe I should close with the Mongolian throat singing.
Brother, the seat is yours.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Remember the message. Use the gift of your voice to share your truth. To be continued. Boom.